Okay. Now, for your question, so select any of the path. Critical. So display task settings. This is reject by email, approve by email. This needs to be selected. And one more thing, as soon as you have selected this, in the SA61, you need to update the notification variable in your email. This way, link get request status, so that it will like hyperlink. It will create hyperlink. So automatically, as soon as they will click, with help of this settings option, they will be able to approve the request without work inbox. These two settings needs to be performed.
Shrikant, what you could do, right, in your GRC system in HD, go to AC61 and for general text, look for Z, GRAC, whatever names you have given. Yeah, and look at the content of that, that notification. You will see all this percentage, whatever, right?
Exactly.
So you'll see the email
Template.
template there. Yeah, so there you can understand what, when you look at it, you will understand, what it is.
Got it. So,
Yeah, this variable should be there so that they will be able to approve the request via link.
Yes. So we need to update all the templates, right, Girish?
Yeah, that whatever required. See, generally new template request approved, it may or may not be. Request close, generally we will update. This close escalation, if required, you need to if it is necessary, then probably we will maintain. These are all based on the necessity. Forward is a very rare case, but if customer is requested this, like definitely we need to modify the standard template, then we will modify all the templates. And
right now, so when I forward the request for other approval, right, it's not generating email. So I come here and do something, right?
yes, you need to what you need to do. You have to add notification here forward.
Nice.
Event forward you need to add. Then only they will get the notification. This particular stage, like this is a manager stage. Now, if it is a role owner stage, then you need to add role owner. Like whatever the stage is, additionally you need to add event forward, so that whenever you are forwarding the request, automatically that approver will get the notification.
Notification. Got it.
But to customize, you have to go to AC61, correct?
Yes. Standard templates, generally it will go, but if we want to customize, we need to go to AC61 and we'll modify the.
I think what Srikant is telling, he need to do the customize, whatever he wants.
Yes. Even customize, he is in his observation, the notification is not went to the other approver. So for this, what we have to do is we need to add event in the notification escalation. Generally, we are adding new work item, rejected user and rejected requester. Only three generally we are adding, but additionally forward and escalation, if you want, we can add that notification.
Hey, Girish, what is that table where you maintain the head, the subject line and all that? There is a table, right, to create a custom
notification message.
There was a table, right? I forgot the table name. That's also important. Huh? So the subject line that you want in your email, there's a table that you need to kind of maintain for each of those notifications.
So this we have covered on the notifications.
Maybe they forgot. Right? Just since you're talking about notifications, just show them that.
Yeah. Notify. GRC notification, not GRF. But same we can do in the email, right? I'm sorry. This we need to open in SM30. Come on. I will check. I forgot actually. It's GRFNMW. It starts with. It's not normal, but okay. We'll start with pending workflows. But before moving, do you have any questions on last week the troubleshooting? So have you reviewed like video? Any questions from your side?
Girish, I have a question actually. This call, what do you call it, troubleshooting, right? So we have submitted one cutover request one day because of the emergency, but it did not, process for more than 20 minutes, and after we run the risk analysis, it processed even though the step is not there. What does it mean, Girish?
No. Was it a single user or multiple user?
Multiple users. Yeah, we have 20 users. We submitted the cutover request.
Have you enabled risk analysis before submitting the request?
No, it's cutover, right? We did not.
No. It's not cutover. Like as soon as the parameter is enabled, it will work for all the request types. And there is also one more thing. There is a LDAP. Okay, might be you are using LDAP, right? Data source.
Correct.
Okay. There is a delay, might be in the LDAP side to get the detail. All the users and password. It will. Sorry, not password. The first name, last name, and email ID. All the details, right? And along with the managers, there might be some delay in the access request. So that is also one of the reason, and risk analysis is also one of the reason. That is the reason it is taking time. And one more thing, the number of line items. Okay, in the access request type, the number of line items also there is a limit.
You mean each request, right? So the limit of you said 2,500 something like that, right? Something you said told us.
No, it's 30 users actually. Number of
okay, so I submitted for 17 users with 9 business roles. So we started, since it's not working, we started submitting the request for individuals. In the meantime, we ran the risk analysis and it processed, boom. Yeah. Okay. So in that case, we should wait for some time or just,
See, generally it will take some time for
Okay.
number of requests. Mm, I need to check that. There is a one thing. You can increase the number of line items in this particular GRFNMW screen.
Uh-huh.
I'll check that and I'll confirm. I'll share the screenshot. Okay.
Okay.
See, if it is
So,
not more than some number of line items, it will throw error. I will check and get back to you.
so
But the
we
transaction
generally,
code, pretty
sure,
sure.
sir. Yeah.
Uh, the transaction code is grfnmw underscore configure. This is expert mode. Here you need to change the details. But I will check and where for this I will check and get back to you.
So I think you also made a good point, Jagri. So if a parameter is enabled for the risk analysis, no matter what type of request type, it runs risk analysis, right?
Yes, definitely. Because you have a control to the request type. Okay, I will check.
There is no, yeah, it's
so
go.
Here
Okay.
also you need to maintain. You can increase the number of line items. Suppose if it is 1500 line items for 30 users, maybe consider a business role. Business role has 10 line items. Okay, so 30 users means 15 into 30, 4000, 450 or 4500, right? So the number of line items.
Right.
So in this case also the number of because of the number of line items, the request has issue. So you can increase the number of line items. I will check and I will share that screenshot. Okay. Where exactly
yes,
you can
and
do the settings.
Right. And also what we do, Girish, so we have a program created by Deloitte. So we use that program. It's very quick. That we do that. When you do that heavy lifting, like 1,000 users, like that, right? So we use that on the program. Independent of the GRC request, it creates a request automatically and process the request. You don't get any emails and all. Is it every company does that or?
No, will it create GRC requests?
Yeah, it creates a request as well. Yeah.
Maybe I need to check that.
Do you know?
Maybe you are using solution manager incident to solution manager or something.
So what we do, Girish, we open the system and we set the parameter, one parameter set to no. This analysis was set to no, and we run it. So that was created by Deloitte. So we do that actually.
Okay.
So the question is, any other companies does it? So
no, that depends. See, for mass request, generally we will submit. If it is any automation process, probably we can use automation tool. Companies everywhere they will suggest for an enhancement for automation tool. Right? There is a process for solution manager. While it has a trigger. Okay. Generally, we will submit an incident with all the list of users in the different format. The incident will automatically create GRC request based on the it is kind of a mapping from solution manager to GRC system. So there are so many enhancements nowadays companies has. So probably this is one of the enhancement I would feel.
I see. Okay. Yeah, it's so basically what we do, Girish, we have the file. We'll fill the file first and then we'll upload the file.
Yeah, that's what. We'll fill the file, then the proper arrangement of input format, then automatically it will submits the request.
Yeah, it's I think it's basically it's standard, I guess. ACC REQ mass underscore CRT. Maybe I'm thinking it's standard one. They copied this to this, I think. I'll ping you, Girish. I think this one, maybe can check it.
Yeah, multiple request type we have, right? The probably it is a function. The complete function is like this. Okay.
I think it's a
Any
function,
other
not
questions?
yeah. But no, I'm good. Yeah, good.
Any other questions?
If anyone has anything, go ahead.
Okay. Last week we have completed the function workflow, but I will just overview what activities needs to be performed to enable the function and risk workflow. Once we will complete submit one request, then probably we'll start working on the UAR request. UAR it may take time, but these two are standard workflows, so we'll finish it quickly. So for any function or a risk, both as the same process. So we need to enable a parameter, configuration parameters in the workflow. So under group workflows, first we need to first we need to go to Pro. System is very slow. Okay. So now it will work. Okay. Access control, maintain configuration settings. For workflow, last week I think we have enabled function workflows, also function maintenance. So this parameter will turns save to submit. Basically, it is enabling the function workflow. Then, if you want to create any uh, request via workflow, then we have a standard request numbers. So we will just maintain the request numbers. So to get the request numbers, we need to go to request type. So user provisioning, defined request. Since it is coming from BC set, so everything will risk 12, 13, 14. So we have enabled 15, 16, 17, and yes. Now, since risk we have not enabled, so we have selected workflow, risk maintenance. This is yes. So again, workflow. So three requests: create, update, and delete. So 3 requests. Just maintain 12, 13, 14. So create request is request type 12, 13, and 14. Now save. It will generate basically transport request. So we will capture in the transport request. Okay, this is the first step. And we have completed the parameters, and as well as basically we need to check whether the status by default it is active. If not, maybe we need to check the check boxes to make active. And master data workflow, function workflow, basically we will assign function approver role. Last time we have checked, we discussed the grac function approver role should be assigned in the backend system, and backend I mean grc system, and the owner will not required to maintain, my bad, owner will not required to maintain in the access control owners, only just role assignment will fine. Once this is completed, then the function workflow activation for this our msmp. So I have opened another yeah, function workflow. So change, we just need to activate, only we need to map the generate. This last time we have activated. Now risk.
Girish, the functional approver are the risk owner, or sorry, functional approver, do you maintain them in?
That depends. It might be business owners, role owners. That is individual R&R company roles and responsibilities. Mostly risk owners will be the person, or compliance managers will be the approvers for functioning risk in general.
So in this case, it could be either a PFCG role assigned to somebody or something like that, right?
No. See, function approver is basically PFCG GRC standard role, not our workflows. Sorry. Not our agents, Sarji. Like
I had a call, I had to take that, so I missed it.
It's not like that. It's a GRAC.
Okay.
Function approver, correct?
Function approver, yes.
So that's the role which needs to be assigned, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in the GRC system, yes.
There is another GRAC. Oh, SAP. Yeah. This is the role. Whoever assigned, like it's a copy of anybody.
I got it.
Yeah.
No,
and only especially for function approvers and managers, they don't require to maintain in access control owners NWBs. So these two are exceptional, managers and functional approvers. So it will assign, whoever assigned this role, they will get the notification to approve the function changes. So it comes to now similarly risk. Same process. We have activated the parameters, but it needs to be maintained in the access control owners additionally. The owners. So somebody should be maintained as risk approvers, risk owners. So we have two risk owners here. Additional task for risk owner, it should be assigned in risk owner. And SU01 master data in GRC system. but it should be additionally maintained in access control owners. Once that is done, here we have selected this, and in the maintain paths, since it is default, in case you need any requirement to create the custom agent based on the business process, probably we can create a custom agent rule for this specific to this business process. Like suppose basis has separate a risk owner, security has separate risk owner, like this. But as per this workflow enable, we have two owners, risk owner and K. These two persons will approve the request. These two persons will get the notifications for any new request. Since it is a standard, it will directly activate. So there is no much changes. The version 001 is created.
So Girish, this is for creating the new risks and function IDs, right?
Yes, going forward. Going forward, if we want to create any risks and functions, so
you put all the parameters and also you enable the MSMP workflow,
yes,
and then you submit it. Okay.
Yes. As soon as it is risk maintenance, it will turns to save to submit. So it is a workflow. Now for any new risks, it should trigger to approval. So we can give the status test and add functions. We can add basis, we can select maybe basis on. So what rule set you want to add this risk? Global and risk owners. Here we will get the risk owners, the two persons who are maintained in the access control owners. So workflow submitted successfully. Now
how about we did not add that other fields, right? You have other two tabs, right? Girish, you don't need to.
I have added everything.
You added? Okay, I think I missed it.
Yeah. Now risk approval. Open the request.
Yeah.
So details. That turns to history who has created and who has updated it. Now this is the functions I have added. The rule set global.
Yeah, rule set is global. Okay.
Yeah, owners. These two tabs, right? You were asking.
Yeah,
I have added
global
a rule set and risk owners.
So they get notified, right? Though you just get notified for the approval.
Yes. That is anyway workflow settings. They will get the notification.
Right.
So they can approve, they can reject. SOD is approved.
So it looks like it is simple, right? You can have the configuration, Girish.
Yeah, see, only access request management will be very high. Like that is also depends on requirement, but rest of the other workflows it is very easy.
Yeah, I think okay. So we'll need to get that probably. Yeah.
There is no much uh,
Customization is involved, right?
energy
Yeah,
is involved.
configuration. Yeah.
It's a straightforward, pretty straightforward.
Because you're not running any risk analysis or something like that. You're just asking them to approve it, whatever you
Yes.
created, right?
Yes.
Srikant,
Yeah.
that's why I was able to do that one, that control assignment, control maintenance, then firefighter log report, those I can do by myself because it's easy. I already done that one end to end. My
I
home
see.
environment. Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
These two are very easy. And I think last time we have triggered similarly for function. So I think we have during last class, I think we have triggered a function, but we have not approved.
Girish, the difference between function and risk, in the risk we just need to maintain the access owner, correct? This is the difference between function and risk.
Yeah, additionally, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I already done. Okay.
Yeah. So functions are kind of just putting your objects, right? The risk is one important. So, Girish, we are doing here to would be one, right? Or both we have to do it.
Sorry.
Function separate, this separate, or
yeah, both are separate. Both are separate. I think during the request submission, I have not enabled this, but see, even we have approved this no value because the status is inactive for each line item.
So isn't it confusing them to them because they know only risk ID, right? You create a function since everything is there in one request, right?
No, request. See, function is new custom function you are creating. Okay, this function again later it will go to existing risk or separate custom risk.
Exactly.
Risk,
I mean, yeah. So the question is like, if you when you create a risk, you send the approval process for the risk only, not the function. I'm thinking because it has both, right? And the risk ID has both.
Yes. Risk has conflicting between two functions. So right now, okay, one request was approved, and anyway, this is not correct, so I'm just rejecting. So the request is rejected. The request is rejected and closed. So this is how we can configure one-stage workflow for function and risk in case of any new during the maintenance window. Like once the project is go live, then probably we'll have a requirement to add additionally functions and risks. Then for us, we will enable function and risk workflow because see, as soon as you are added, then it would be appropriately tracked by based on the description, based on the controller objective. We can provide at least the what based on what request we have initiated risk and function, and similarly that needs to be reviewed by audit team or the appropriate approver. You can say either compliance managers, either risk owners or role owners, or any business domain expert. So whatever it may be, the approvers, it should be tracked and with a proper justification. It should be triggered and reviewed and approved so that it will be system will be in compliance. There is no compliance for this new requirements also. So it is better always we can suggest to customers to enable the workflow for functions and risk and mitigation. 3. Mitigation assignment is not required. We discussed that is because of the particular stage only it will show, it will re-trigger the separate work. So mitigation control, function risk, we can suggest to business to enable the workflow. Any questions as of now?
So we have only two. If you in MSN workflow, you have two options, two, right? If you, Krish, if you go to that, yeah, we have GRS risk approval, GRS function approval. These are two things.
Yes,
The
yes,
global settings, right? For this,
yes.
okay. Just want to make sure this, yeah, to get into the brain, yeah, okay.
But Girish, that firefighter log report also important, correct?
Yeah, that is
But
different. No? That
for
is
this,
Firefighter log review workflow.
oh, good.
See,
That is
basically,
different topic, right? Not nothing to do with function risk,
no, no,
right?
no, no.
Yes,
See, this is
it
basically
is
access
different.
request, which we have discussed various scenarios to initiate the user administration activities. Basically, this is generally we won't configure, but in case of HR security implemented and based on the HR security objects, we will do the same process for user administration activity. This is mitigation control assignments where even though mitigation control is available, it needs to be triggered when we configure this. It will go and get it approved for the assignment instead of role owner. Generally, role owner or mitigation owner directly they will assign. If you configure this workflow, again that will re-trigger to another workflow and it is reviewed and approved by some appropriate approver, mitigation assignment. This is new mitigation controls. Whenever it is required to create new mitigation controls, then this workflow we can use. FFID is whenever the FFID, whatever the FFID is, there might be a changes in the role assignments or profiles, or there might be a lot of changes. So every year, probably same like UAR, the non-dialogue users, we can consider firefighter is which is very critical. So we can trigger this workflow to review the firefighter IDs with along with the assignments. If you want, we can send the workflow to firefighter owner.
Girish, can you go to the maintain path of this one? Go to change for the firefighter ID review. Go to change, then maintain path. So what is they? It also uses your GRC to
Yes, yes, same. Somebody has
go to
configured this.
display setting on this. Yeah, so that's the standard agent, right?
Yeah, standard agent. See,
Uh, okay.
firefighter owner. See, if you want to go with firefighter owner agent or controller agent. Sometimes what will happen, firefighter owner and controller both are same. Okay. So in such a cases, either you can select controller, either you can select owner, whatever the assignments of the particular role.
So what is the difference between if you see now bottom underscore n? What does that mean?
This is notification. No?
Okay,
The
okay,
purpose is to
notification.
approval and notification.
It should be approval. Okay, approval.
So you can select any of the agent, firefighter owner and controller. Same you can map here. Yeah, select controller agent. Somebody has already configured this. So firefighter log review means whenever the log it sends to reviewer, he will review and approve. Similarly, function approval, any new changes in the function. Similarly, risk. And this is BRM. In case of any new role which needs to be triggered from GRC, where BRM landscape were configured and running from GRC production system, we need to initiate this workflow on the defined methodology status. initiate workflow. As soon as you configure this workflow, then it will goes to appropriate role owner. And SOD review. Similarly, in case of any changes in the risks, then probably it will review the user the risk related information. It is generally reviewed by risk owner. Now we will discuss on the UAR. So the UAR workflow, where it will comes our GRC implementation phase. Get clean, stay clean, and stay in control. The third phase, stay in control. As soon as the project is delivered to customer, before implementation, we have successfully removed the risk, clean up the roles, remove the risk at maximum extent level. Maybe 80% of roles were clean up, remediated. Only 20% the mitigation strategy has developed. Now the project went live. After that, the system should be in compliant during the maintenance. For this, we have another option to make sure that to review the existing users. For new users or existing users anyway, GRC request will review. But additionally, UAR will trigger. Why? Because during the year, probably user may get transfer or get promoted, maybe from one location to another location, maybe from lower designation to higher designation as a manager designation or director designation. So to deal with the situation, user has the previous plant or company or location, whatever it may be, user has access. And even the technical access. Now he got promoted as manager, just only approve the budget or very few things in the system. But even though he has earlier technician access, technical access. So to review and make sure that user access is appropriate. Also, we need to consider another case, terminated. Anyone from terminated or maybe leave of absence for a long time. So to consider all these scenarios with respect to user, so UAR will initiate based on the user limit, based on the agreement with complaints, maybe 3 months, 6 months. Some companies they will do annual. So that depends. I would suggest probably 3 months is a very big headache, but based on the user limit, if it is more than 1,000, more than 5,000 users, probably we will plan for every 6 months, so that it won't much change.
Girish, no, still it's a big headache, Girish. So we move to annual. So
that depends.
we are on
how
60.
we are aligned
Yeah.
with. Also, we need to consider the iteration, system user iteration. Suppose if it is very less iterations, very less promotions or transfers within the company, then we will preferably will go with annual. But one of my previous customer who has 10,000 users, we did for every 3 months. So it is every 3 months. It is a big activity. 45
Oh my
days we
God.
need to spend, and since the huge number of 12 to 15,000 in between, accurate users is 11,500 minimum, but in between 11,000 to 15,000. But every 3 months, it is a very big headache for us to complete this audit process 45 days.
Was it a manager approval or a role one approval, Girish?
Manager approval. That is also another headache
Manager only, right? Yeah, because
to send
they
the
don't
data.
know much about it. Yeah, it takes some time. Yeah.
Yeah, role owner is bit difficult because role owner has suppose if it is a per business process, maybe finance we can consider or to our maybe 10 or 15 users, sorry, 10 or 15 approvers include backup, but the users associated around 2000 users maybe. So while it is splitting almost per user to on an average 200 300 requests, so it will be very difficult for them to deal with. 10 users means almost 200 requests, 2000 users. So it will be very difficult for them to review and approve. They can identify and they can give
So,
maybe some of the new users.
so great.
Yes.
So great. The best practice is use manager instead of role owner. Manager also does not know what all role does, right?
No, no, no. At least he should
But
get
at least they know whether the role is needed or not, right?
at least he should have an
So that is
idea
the way,
what is
you
the
know.
roles and responsibilities for the
Yeah.
particular user of that particular location or plant or site, anything, whatever it may be. And ideally, at least from business point of view, so the company will delegate the work to most of the things for manager. See, the role owner is might some domain expert and he is from different side. But for a business point of view, manager would be the appropriate approver. That is the reason most of the companies place manager in the access request instead of role owner or instead of any other person. Even though it is very difficult to populate the data, the LDAP source or any other source, they need to maintain and get the details for manager. Still, they will go with it because he should be the appropriate approver. Okay, now we are again, it's the same process, but before going to that, we'll check what is the life cycle of EVR. So it is bit theory. It is little bit confusing, but it is very easy to understand the concept. So to start with a BC set. Generally, we have a BC set for GRAC MSMP workflow. So we need to activate that workflow as a part of
Okay.
BC set activation. That is fine. Later, we need to activate parameters with respect to UAR like this. UAR configuration review. This is the standard request type. So UAR any priority, high or medium, low priority. But who will be the reviewer? For currently, we don't have a manager facility. That is the reason I have selected as role owner for the reviewer. But in this parameter, you have a facility, either a manager or role owner, both. So you can select based on our company process. And the last, maybe we have some other parameters, but we generally we will maintain these four parameters. The fourth parameter 2007 admin review required before sending the tasks to reviewer S. This is a bit confusing. This is where the complete EVR concept was maybe at some tricky point. So if we set yes, then we need to create some additional coordinator and reviewers. Otherwise, if we said no, then automatically we need to trigger jump to role owners. Generally, companies will do admin review as now. If you observe, the UAR cycle will two-stage workflow. One is admin review, and second one is the admin review will not actually existing in MSMP workflow. It is a side prompt. that is a side part. Only the reviewer workflow will exist in MSMQ. This is the only one tricky point or configuration in UAR. Why companies or everybody will maintain admin review means generally it's a kind of a help desk job for the security team or GRC team or whoever the coordinator for UAR. It's a kind of a security checks or help desk job. Make sure that I got it. Manpreet, can you go on mute, please? So, okay, the admin review is as soon as the request is submitted, we can directly trigger to roll owner, but there might be roll owners exist, roll owners might active, roll owners might be inactive, roll owners basically they are business persons, they may be in the business trips, so there might be so many issues, or there might be again even the roll owners got promoted or transferred from location, or roll owners maybe left the organization. There might be any reason. Consider, I'm talking about role owner, even the same case for the managers as well. So instead of we are directly trigger the workflow, later we realized maybe out of 150 managers or role owners, 10 persons are not existing. Then we need to check the backup and again we need to re-forward the request. Instead of that, what we will do? We will do additional one stage admin review. This is completely GRC team responsibility, 99%. Otherwise, we can delegate to business as well, but it's a 99% GRC team responsibility. To avoid small issues, what we will do is we will do the preparation or prerequisites before trigger the UAR request. We will perform some validations. Any questions?
Yeah, Girish. Question here, right?
Mhm.
So, you said like if the manager does not exist, so the user ER request gets still created, and then you do the health check, right? No.
No. See, if manager is not exist, it won't trigger, right? Okay.
Oh, it
Suppose,
won't
suppose,
trigger. Okay, what's going to happen now? Then what the parameter?
suppose
Yeah.
if it is there is no admin, so only one stage. As soon as you schedule the job, it will trigger to director either manager or role owner. Consider your case, manager. Okay.
Right.
If
Mm.
manager is not existing, then whatever the manager is mapped with 10 users, suppose say, all the 10 users, the request will not create and the roles will
Oh.
not review and the request, the job may be stopped for the job may be cancelled because of the jig-jog data. Okay, with this, it may affect on complete other users also. Like we cannot say that the complete request got created and job got successfully completed. We don't know. We need to re-trigger. So to avoid such issues, place admin review S. Okay, and with this admin review, there is a coordinator and reviewer. All the reviewers will be role owners or managers. Based on this parameter, we will maintain review ID is either a manager or role owner. If suppose I have maintained 2006 parameter is manager, then all the managers we will map. If it is role owner, then we will map role owners.
So great.
So at what point we should know, Girish, the manager is not there?
No, that will do
The
validation.
pre-check.
That is a pre-check.
Pre-check. Okay.
Pre-check. We'll come to that.
Greece,
We'll come to that.
Greece, I have a question.
Mhm.
Role owners are already defined in NWBC or when we import the role, correct?
Mhm.
So such and such role owner already exists. But for managers, so how does manager gets notified that
No, managers
he has to
will
choose
get
the
notified.
manager?
No. Managers will get the notify means first will take the GRAC user, GRAC user. All the users must manager data from either a LDAP or we have a different sources. We need to get the data. Okay. We will validate in the GRC system whether all the users are active. If respect to manager I'm talking about.
So when we are doing the example, can you cover both for the manager as well as the role owner if the reviewer is either a manager or role owner. So there should be in this case there will be two work. Basically, we should know both the workflow, one with the manager and one with the role owner. Correct?
No.
For the manager, you got to have either LDAP or ECC as a source system or something like that, right?
Okay. For your imagination, it will automatically go and pick up the data, but system how it will understand. We cannot do two triggers.
Yeah.
Based on this parameter.
No. But what I'm saying, I know you can have only one. First time we do it as a role owner, and then for learning purpose, we can also do it as a manager, right? See how it picks up the data.
Picks up the data is different. No?
Follow me what I'm saying.
See, you want to observe how this request got created, right?
Right.
That is, see, if it is a role owner, all the like under him, it might be some number of requests will be created with the same role. If it is a manager, under him, whatever the user, like it may change. The types of requests will divide if the role owner, it is based on the roles it will create. If the manager, then it is created based on the user, the number of line items. I will show, but manager it is not possible. But I will show.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
Fine. That is fine.
Okay. Set up the workflow. Set up the workflow means same.
Someone is asking the question actually, Girish. I don't know who that.
Any questions? Yeah, please speak up. So workflow means we just need to activate.
Girish, if you go back at the parameter, can we put 2008 also? No, it's not needed.
We can do anything. We can do. 2008 is number of line items per request,
we can do
right?
That. Okay. Right.
We can set up that. See, but I'm going with
Girish, your voice is breaking.
See, 2008 parameter number of users per request. That is required if it is more number of users and
Girish,
if it is role based. Sorry?
Girish, sometimes your voice breaks. Your voice breaks in the important moment. That's the problem.
Oh my God. Yeah, 2008 parameter number of requests per user. Okay. So if you want, we can set it. But I have maintained basic parameters.
It doesn't. No, I think number of line items.
Yeah, number of line items
request,
per request.
Right?
Sorry, number of line items per request. Yeah, you can increase up to 2000 as per SAP recommendation. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
So same.
Yeah, global settings. You go to either X review, change, maintain paths.
Yes, one good. Just now I have activated. Okay. So the workflow activated. Now the we have maintained admin review. So admin review means okay, to deal with admin review, we have a compliance certification reviews in access management, where in the manage coordinator we can create coordinators. Suppose Ravi admin is the role owner, so we need to list out all the role owners and we can make coordinator. So generally GRC team we can create for each reviewer item we will create our GRC team mapped with as a coordinator. Okay. So under access management, manage coordinators, we can click on that. So first we need to get the complete list of role owners. If it is role owner, then manager. Based on that, we will create complete manage coordinators. Okay.
So, Krish, so reviewer is either role owner or it may be
manager.
It may be manager, right?
Yes, yes. Based on the parameter.
Okay, so if we have suppose 500 or maybe 100 managers, then we need to map all 100 managers.
Yeah, you need to maintain here. In case anything, I will let you know. In case in between any changes, we'll do the change. But basically, first we will get the complete list of 100 users. We will map with the coordinator. Okay. Any questions on this?
So Great. From GRAC role owner, you can get the list of all the role owners, correct?
Yes. Role approver, not role owner. Role approver.
Role approver.
Yes.
Right. So
yes.
Role approver, and then from GRAC access users, you can get a manager's name from there. A manager, you probably will have to type it in because you don't have any data source, right?
Yeah, we have to get the details from the data source. We need to export the file, not GRAC user. Okay. We don't get manager information in any of the table.
I think here you can download the template and fill up the.
Yeah, we can do mass upload, that is fine, but in general. Okay, the define reviews and coordinators. Then
I'm sorry. What was do? I'm sorry. How do we do that? The coordinator maintenance. You have to upload file.
Sorry, this one.
So how do we do that, Girish? Here we just download the template and update the import. Okay.
Import that file.
So
Yes,
I see. Template is there. Okay. Because I see around 4,500 in my system, so I'm just taking. So, okay. So basically, the coordinator ID will be only one, right, all the time, Girish, or you have multiple
you can have multiple.
coordinators?
Generally, we will maintain one user.
One coordinator.
The purpose of the coordinator
right? Okay.
will show in the next 10 minutes. You will understand
Okay.
why I am maintaining only one person. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Once this is completed, manage and coordinator. Okay. Then generally this is kind of a pre-validation. Set up roles and users. Okay. Set up roles and users means the complete operations, the GRC provisioning. Okay. Till technical roles. Business roles is different. Okay. Business roles is different. For technical roles, I'm talking about even single role assignment, direct assignments, or maybe composite roles assignments or composite role direct assignments, meaning directly SU01 you are assigning users. That is not a problem. All you just need to check is roles should be exist in GRC system. Role should be imported with production status. Even though that is a directly you have assigned the roles to users also, it will pick. Similarly, users should be exist in the connector or data source, whatever the data source or the backend system with respect to connector. Because if we are triggered to ECC system, the user should exist in user like a connector system. If user is not existing in ECC system, we cannot trigger. Meaning we have a multiple systems, ECC, solution manager, BW. Sometimes BW user should not exist in ECC. So in this case, even you trigger the job for ECC system, you cannot find that particular reporting user. Ideally, that user is restricted to only BW system. So you need to make sure that user should exist in the data source and as well as the particular connector.
Question here, Girish. So generally we do that at business role level, right? The UR trigger.
No, that will discuss later. 2 minutes.
Okay.
Wait for that. I'm talking about technical.
Okay, got it.
So for a business user, the trigger will be business roles, and for a business roles, the condition is business role should be in the production system. No direct assignment should be assigned per user. Okay. If you have a direct assignment, make sure that you have to do cleanup.
Yeah, that is what is that? Pre task, right?
Yeah, no direct assignment should be assigned to users.
Right.
Also, you need to make sure that the parameter 4011 should be enabled. Like all the operations should be at business role level, not technical role level. Okay. So this is completely for business role, not technical roles. So no direct assignment should be assigned to users and no direct removals for technical role. Suppose what this parameter will do is you have a business role, you have created a technical role A, technical role B. But if this parameter is yes or you have not set this parameter, even though you have provisioned business role, but you will remove technical role from the composite role from the users. The parent and child relationship will break up. So that particular business role will not trigger for the users. Getting any questions?
Yeah. So if you have the direct assignment, this is what you're saying.
Yes, that will assignment and it will not trigger in your business role. So this is for a business roles. It is very very complex to run UR. We need to do a lot of cleanups. We need to always perform health checks for the system. That is very very difficult.
So we are doing it, Girish.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it is very very big challenge. Like
Okay.
the operations, you can think that it is very smooth, but if you go in depth table level analysis, there you can get to know, you can come to know that there might be some mismatch definitely. So it is a very big process. So that is the reason I'm not touching right now business roles. But whenever you are business role, probably you can, we have an interaction. I'll teach you at least 3 to 5 hours, especially for business roles, of what is the cleanup and how it will work.
Okay. Thank
It is
you.
a very 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 lengthy process. I'm not touching that.
Okay.
So roles and users should exist appropriate. Okay. Then execute sync jobs. Execute sync jobs means before running UAR, we must schedule the repository sync job for the particular connector, action usage and role usage. We need to do that. These jobs should be completed.
So, Grish, I have a question. So, this job, as well as the BRM, the role should exist in the BRM repository, right?
Yes, yes.
Because there only you will get who the role owner, who the approver, and everything, correct?
Yes, yes.
So, so basically, you should put some statement there, right? The BRM, you have it. Role should be in production. You have it right here, correct? I see
have
that.
maintained, yeah. Role master data.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Additionally,
Okay.
before trigger, additionally, you need to perform few validations. Okay. So validate the owner. I have not mentioned either a role owner or manager, that we had already discussed. If it is role owner, table we can get it. If it is manager, LDAP, through LDAP or data source, there is some file. Definitely we need to reach out to. Then we can get the list of managers who is mapped to all the users. Also, we need to check any delegations. Owner status means it will comes under manager or role owner. Their active status. Ideally, it should be active, that owner. So we'll check that. Then in case of any delegations, approver delegations will happen. Then we need to check the approver delegations. Suppose the manager will go long leave, maybe some health problem or leave of absence, or maybe business trip, he has delegated. So make sure that what are the delegations are there, and whether the delegated approver is owner is active or not. We need to make sure that we need to check whether he has a GRC system access, whether he is an active user, whether he has a appropriate roles. We need to check that. Also, this is a high level. Consider if you are trigger workflow for all the users basically. So it will trigger for CEO, CFO as well. So make sure that you have a exclusive list, like some high level people. Admin team will voluntarily delegate the users. Suppose a CEO, we cannot ask them to approve the request, GRC request, right? And also during the UR request, the notification like reminders will go to CEO and CFO as well, because of these people are role owners or managers maybe. So we can consider as exclusive list from the business. We will delegate, and the delegate owner has active and appropriate access. This is GRC team responsibility. Additionally, the request rejection. There is a SPRO configuration. This is only one configuration which is required. Review rejections. Here, user provisioning, review rejections. Here you can select rejections. On what based the users will be rejected. So this you need to create review rejections. Then any exceptions roles list. Exceptions roles list means common or default roles would be there. So we won't consider default roles to be reviewed. Like some low. So we need to identify and we can make it exception. Those lists. Okay. Once we have completed all the prerequisites, then we'll trigger the jobs. Okay. Trigger the job, perform the admin review. This is basically coordinator. Then review the approver, the request, then confirm the URL. Here these two, additionally one scenario will exist in the real time, that is rejected. So that also we will discuss now. First we'll trigger, probably we'll check that. Okay, we have completed everything. Now we have maintained coordinators, we have completed workflow configuration, the roles and users are available. So to trigger the UR request, access management job scheduler, create. So UR demo. Now with respect to UR, there are three jobs. One is generate data for access request. This is the first job. Second job, update workflow for UR request. These two basically we will generate. First it will generate UR request and it will stop for admin review. Once the admin review, we will validate the role owners or managers, everything fine. Then we will run the update workflow job. This will send the notifications to role owners. Same like Firefighter controller. We will get the access and we will complete the activity. As soon as the sync job, this it will automatically send the workflow to Firefighter controllers. Like this, the update workflow request will generate. Okay.
You want to be in the office? I'll try to
This
come
is
after.
another request.
How many times you check?
Manpreet, Sarji, can you please go on mute?
I'm not seeing the one, but I'll drop it out there. You should get it.
Okay.
Uh,
The first job.
Girish, you can mute him. You can mute him,
Okay,
correct?
let's do that one then.
I cannot do
From there
that
on,
because I'm not.
yeah. Thanks.
Oh, thank you for the tip. Again, I need to pay for something. Huh?
Call. I had a call. I had to take it. So
No,
what were we
please,
discussing
please
here?
go on mute, Sarji. So
No,
generate
I'm on mute.
UR
I have a question. I have a question.
Mhm.
So who runs this?
GRC
This
team.
that.
GRC team.
So that is not security, right? Or that would be admin also, right?
No, that depends. Security and GRC both will be same, right?
Okay, okay.
So generate UR, generate request. First it will generate and it will stops for admin. Goes to role owner. Sorry.
I will talk to you offline.
Okay, yeah. So this is
So,
additional
so
case,
Girish, I'm
generate
sorry.
new requests for the
Okay,
rejected users. Sorry.
Girish, can you start again? I'm so sorry about that. So first step is generate. Yeah, from here. Can you go back one more step? Yeah, here. Yeah. First, what you need to do?
We'll generate
Generate
the
data for
request.
X.
We'll generate
Okay.
the request. We have not started. I'm just explaining before going to that.
Uh-huh.
First, we'll generate
Okay.
the UR request. It will stops for the admin review because we have selected admin review S. Okay. Once the admin review completed, then we will generate the update workflow request. This will directly sends the request to manager or role owner based on the parameter. Additionally, we have one scenario. This is very tricky. We need to monitor in case of any request by mistakenly it got rejected. We need to re-trigger this workflow. This scenario also we will discuss. Okay. First, we'll start with UAR review. Generate UAR request. Nest. Now, this is the input feed. This is the screen where you can view your input values. Do you have any considerations for business process? You need to consider. I have a connector preference. I can go with connector preference. So if it is a business role, it is a different. We don't require that. Or we need to add all the systems. Okay. If suppose I have a 10 systems, SAP systems, so I need to business role level. So I need to run for all the I need to include all the systems. So I don't have a preference for critical review. One minute. Sorry, I forgot to mention one point here. If you are generated business role, okay, you need to select this checkbox. I forgot this. Sorry. Generate your request for business roles. If it is business role, you need to select this checkbox. Otherwise, you can proceed. Right now, we are working for composite role level, like technical role level. So we don't need to select the checkbox. System environment. Do you require exclude expired users? Yes. I don't want all these locked and expired users. So no functional area.
Girish, question. I'm sorry. When you said the lock users, what does it mean? Is a lock administrative lock
Only
or
active
what
users.
lock?
Whatever it may be. Only active users we are checking. Users. Only active users. Hello.
So if the user is locked with it should log on, incorrect passwords.
Irrespective of anything, as a part of validation, we will do whether the user is active or not. Like this is a part of user validation. We will do that. User and role. Maybe I forgot missed, but active users and active roles. So, yeah, that we need to check that. Now, since okay, I have checked. I think was so many roles. Yeah. So all these roles are production status. So whatever the roles starts with Jetstar, I have considered a single composite derived everything. I just maintained Jetstar. User ID probably will go with this 12,000. We have created a GRC. Not many users. Okay, we'll check any one or two requests might be created with this. So I'm going with G star, GRC star.
Or you can leave it as is, right, Girish? You don't have to wild card it, right?
We can go with the star, but If it is a start 12,000 users, it will not create any request right now on fly.
I mean, in general, what the reason I'm saying was, see,
Star.
anyway, you're excluding, expired users, locked users,
Yes,
everything, right?
We can use star. We can use star here.
When you say star, you mean the blank?
No blanks. That is the reason I have deleted. No blanks. If it is open request, it will consider the so many scenarios. Okay. Suppose if you left blank, then the validations might change. Suppose if it is a user group, there are some generally if it is a empty of user group, that user won't consider. You in this case you don't have a preference. The code will not validate the user group whether they maintained or not. If you maintained empty, then it will consider as only empty. Or if you maintained particular only admin group, only it will consider only admin group. So that is the reason I have deleted all the open fields. Whatever I don't require the condition, I have removed. Otherwise, there is a slight difference in the validation users. Because if you consider one of the any of the parameter, definitely there might be a positive and negative, right? Like you can consider user groups. Some of the user groups were maintained, some of the user groups were not maintained, some of the user groups were not exist in the GRC system. So we need to do all the validations as a part of prerequisite. But
so let us say my user is starting with digit 1, right? What do I do in this case? 1 and
no,
also
we have not scheduled for only one user. No? That is the reason we are making star. And we have
Girish, you're right.
All the open.
Yeah, I agree. What I'm saying was, let us say I have some users, with only the numeric number. Some users has alphanumeric. So in this case, we are only picking the user ID starts with GRC, right?
No.
What if I also have the users?
Okay.
Yeah,
this is for demo. I need a flight request to complete end-to-end scenario. Okay. If I select a star, then definitely it will go. Maybe it may take 1 hour time or 30 minutes time based on the system performance. It will generate the request. Okay. But right now my preference is I just have a 101 users. Probably it may generate at least 1 or 2 requests. We'll see that.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it is for demo purpose, not in the real time. Real time we will always make star. Okay, I'm just finished. Okay, the first job completed. Okay, as soon as that is completed, access management after coordinator, there is a request review. Here, okay, you need to check the background job ID, or since we have generated only one, so I can directly search a request. If not, in the schedule background jobs, you can get the ID. Finished. You need to check the job status. You need to get the job ID. Then you can give here job ID. Okay. As soon as we are here, now I told you, right, there might be a possibility in case of any change owners in the admin review phase. Still, there might be a problem with any one of the owner. Probably you can change from Ravi to role owner to Ravi admin. If you want, you can change because you find this owner was inactive or maybe left the organization before. Maybe you have a time in between prerequisites to trigger. Probably this owner may have some issue. probably whatever the additional reviewers, you have a facility in the admin review, you can change the owner.
Krish, when did it go to the admin reviewer to review review all the roles? This is the one?
Yes, this is the one. This is not
Okay,
out of
so
scope of workflow. Okay.
no, but hold on. So if you log in as a Ravi admin, he will see all the requests which are there, correct?
No.
So now, how does admin, because you select that option as yes. So where does admin see
I have
how does
selected
admin,
request review before
that
going to
I
this.
understand, that is the role owner, correct? That is the role owner.
That is not role owner. That is admin review, Subbarao.
Okay. It will go to the admin, whosoever we have maintained as an admin, right?
I'm a coordinator.
Okay. That is Subbarao. Okay.
Yeah.
It will go to him. Okay. It will go to coordinator. Okay. Got it.
Yes. Coordinator duty is, if this owner is active, we'll just save it. So this is ready for just saved or not? Okay. So the coordinator duty is just, we can select it. It is saved successfully. That message will come. Maybe we'll see. That is already saved. Oh, what happened here? Okay, that is like this. We can select all the role owners, like reviewer IDs, we will verify as a coordinator, and will save each line item. Once that is completed, then again the background job scheduler, open the screen. Create. Now the second job, we are demo workflow. Immediate. So review, finish. So this is successfully scheduled and it is completed. Now, as soon as the second job completed, so whatever the request the role owners has verified, that request should be exist here. So I'm opening the request. So this is one of the role, and this is the user. So now, Manpreet, here if you are selected a manager, probably here it will display as user. Manager with associated roles. Manager with along with the users. There might be some slight difference.
So for this very approval, he had only one user. Is that right?
No, I have triggered only GRC user, and this role was made the criteria, and it was triggered. Okay.
So that means there were only one GRC user, correct?
No, it has a one-on-one users, but there might be some different conditions, right? It was not properly maintained.
Okay. So if there were 10 users, all 10 would be listed here, right?
It would be under this role owner. It would be listed.
So right now it's saying that this role is with user GRC user 22, correct?
Yes.
And if you have taken manager, the manager name would have been there. Under manager, what would come here? The GRC user with the role, right?
Yes. Now, right now, I have opened admin stage. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Actually, it is roll on our stage, but I have opened in admin to approve the request.
Right. That I understand. That okay.
Okay. Now, here what we will do, we have a approve, remove, forward, and reject. So,
Yeah.
if you approve, it won't change any status. If you approve the request, it won't happen. Just a request got approved. It won't change any of the user details. If you remove, the role got removed from the user account. If it is rejected, the scenario is your request cannot be rejected. It's a compliance issue. It should be either approve or remove. Either approve. So this user is identified, this is appropriate access, then it should be approved. No, this user has changed his department. If you find such a scenario or got promoted or maybe left the organization, it should be removed. It cannot be request cannot be rejected. Rejected means it's a kind of you are not approving the request for this access. You are not removing the roles because you are not identifying to judge this person whether this access is appropriate or ness or not. So
Then why do they have reject role then?
sometimes what will happen, the approvers they may transfer recently or they doesn't know, they cannot judge, they cannot reach out people. It's a kind of a training issue. They will reject the roles. So we need to identify, we need to re-trigger basically. That is completely again the same scenario that we will discuss. Sometimes he is not the proper appropriate approver, he will reject the role.
So if I understand you, usually the first two is what we use, right? Approve or remove roles, right?
Yes. For these two, we don't have any issue. Right now, I'm clicking approve. Okay. Quickly approve the request. I need to update the comment.
Yes, speak louder. We cannot hear you.
Yeah, I'm approving the request. So the request is approved. I don't think so. It will. So no role or removal action. No role approved with removal action. So there is no change for approval. Probably.
So for every user, one separate request will get raised, or it is, for one role owner or manager, will get all the requests.
See, for manager, maybe number of line items is one parameter. Number of maybe for manager, maybe 10 users, in one request. If the role owner maybe some number of line items, he will get it in one request. That is system will automatically generate. If not, there is a parameter. You need to enable that parameter. For yours, I'm regenerating the same request. Probably we'll see. I want to cover rejected scenario. So any questions on your trigger?
Girish, is there anything called missing something like that?
Missing?
I was just pulling the report. We just done it last month, last day, yesterday, last week, and I just pull the report. It says like status. It says approved, decision pending, and escalated, complete, missing result.
I'm coming to
I understand the
rejection. I'm coming to rejection. Okay. UR demo. Now, again, the process will starts with generate UR request. Again, next. We don't have a business process. We want connector. We don't require anything. System environment. Yes. Yes.
So, Grace, before admin review, we don't need to do anything in workflow, right? I mean, workflow will be one path, one stage only.
Yes, yes,
and
that is a
we
standard.
need to just
see that workflow based on the parameter. The second job will run. It will automatically goes to manager or role owner.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But Girish, because I try to do that one, whatever you are doing, this stage, when I run it, it cancel, it says.
Maybe one of the parameter was not okay. I think your case, you need to maintain data source. Go and maintain data source, your SAP system, any one of the system.
Because I already done that one. But anyway, now
have you maintained
okay.
2051 is enabled as parameter?
Sorry, 2051.
The LDAP user validation. If yes, please remove. So I'm re-trigger this workflow. Okay. Request created successfully. Now, once request created, then admin review, search. Still plan. Why?
It's completed now. It should come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. It is there. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, no changes in the. No, I'm just saving. My message is not. Okay. This is done. Now. Create. We are demo to workflow. So now update workflow. Yes. Next. So I just triggered the request. Now what will happen? Request come to approvers work inbox.
35.
So 35. Admin review. So now what I will do? I will reject this role. Okay. I think it is populating. Specify the reason of the reject. Okay. This is the configuration where we have done in SPRO. So to maintain the details here, we have to configure in SPRO under user provision. We must specify the reason.
Yeah, rejection reason.
What is the rejection reason?
So that is the
right? Yeah.
That is the SPRO configuration, right? That we have to do it before we move forward.
Yes.
Okay.
So once we have maintained the rejected reason, then click on the reject. Okay. So now role got rejected. As soon as you submit, generally it will ask the comments. So rejected role is not a problem. That is just a request to save whatever the activity is, but submit line item comments. Why line item comments? I have not maintained line item comments. One minute. It is asking line item level.
What is line item number?
No, that particular even see this also it is asking comment.
Yeah, I think you didn't put comments. That's
No, but you put rejected. You did put rejected.
No, that before I
You have to choose. Yeah, you have to do both of them.
yeah. There is a 2-line item.
Line item level it is asking. So as soon as you are rejected, automatically what will happen? It will request will move away from this working box. So I don't have a choice to maintain the comments. That is the reason I have cancelled the previous one. So
yeah, now submit
I
it.
have maintained line item level and reject the rejection reason. Now submit. This is complete request level. So once that is done, then approve. So automatically request got approved.
So now you go to that user. That user will not have that role, right?
No, not. This is a rejected role. Okay, this is a compliance request. What we have to do is for this scenario, manage rejections. Okay, you need to always check. So this is a new request which is coming into your working box. So you need to make sure that you need to check.
How come there are two? They're saying original record 31 and 35. It was 35 only.
That is, I have tested before. Okay.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
See, I have to finish within class, then I have to test it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So this 35 is new. Its status is not completed. What we have to do is this one. Again, we need to restart the process. This is a compliance. Kind of a hold. It's not judged properly, this request. So for this request, what we have to do, this is outside. This one, yeah. Create. Here you are rejected.
The last one,
request.
Correct?
Okay. Yes. So generally, what we will do, we will trigger generate your request for review. Now we are re-trigger with the rejected request. To deal with the rejected request, first we have to select the generate new request for your rejected request. Select. Next, here we know each business process or each job ID, there are some specific requests. So we will generate only one background job process per quarter, we can say. So there is no need to maintain separate request. We just selected that, then automatically it will generate request. So the request got completed. Now again go to
search
request review, not search request review.
You have to wait, see if it's completed. It's still not.
Yeah, 1 minute. Finished. Huh?
It came up on the top. It's finished now.
Yeah, yeah.
Finished.
Come on. Total 0. Okay, I missed one step. Now selected here. What request you need to generate? You need to select. Click on this and generate request. I forgot to mention this. So the request, select the number of requests and click on generate request. Then you need to schedule the job. Generate new request for your rejected request. Next, finish. So once this is done, the 36, the request will come to admin review, save. Once this is done, then again we need to send the workflow.
Regular cadence, right? Yeah.
Yeah. We are rejected review workflow. So here update workflow your request. Next, finish. Okay, this is completed. Yeah. 36. Admin. Now the request came to our work inbox. Okay. So to summarize, generate your request. It will comes to review coordinators. Once the review coordinators will finalize the approvers, then generate workflow request. The approvers will approve, remove, reject anything, any of the decision. We need to validate the request. Whether it is rejected, we need to come to again start with the validate the rejected request, then generate the UR request for rejected request. Again, review coordinator, generate workflow request, then approve, remove or reject it. So this cycle
Dinesh, I haven't understood what rejected actually means. You are not a user, correct?
No, sometimes see, I am a new person. I came this request to me to review. Sometimes what will happen? they will reject the request. They cannot approve, they cannot reject. Business will do like this. Okay, that is where the scenario I have observed. Most of the things I have observed, but uh, to get the complete details, probably I'll also get to know. But I came to know that they rejected the scenario because user will work in some other client and approver will in different client. That this is one of the reason role owners will not prefer to review the request, EVR or anything. Only manager will review the request. Okay. So this rejected scenario will all validate and repeat the same workflow, like to complete the scenario. Validate the UR request means we need to validate whether the roles were removed appropriately, all the requests were approved properly, any rejected requests or any open requests, we need to check and follow. And we have a tight timelines, probably 60 days or 45 days. That depends, 30 days. That depends on the company. We need to make sure that we have to complete the complete process within the timelines. Okay, we'll try to remove. So we'll check that remove scenario
So,
working or not. Yeah.
Grish, are you going to update your slide here? Because some of those things are not captured, right?
I will. I have a standard document also. So this will covers the complete process. I don't want to go and same process we have explained, but
No, I got you. So now go back to that. Go back.
The standard.
Go back to right over. If you go the bottom one, reject user. You know, if you see my flow chart, we did not put this in. We missed that one. We need to add that.
No. You remember I have told you we need to keep this map and make it re-trigger the last entry for this one only. We had a discussion and we have re-trigger the arrow, right? Arrow to the complete.
Yeah. Oh yes, that we put reject. Correct.
That one is the rejected.
That we put reject.
Yeah. That scenario should be there.
Correct. I understood.
I will
so,
share this
Grish.
Yes.
Grish, so the SOT is also pretty much similar, right?
Same thing. Nothing will change. Only the owner will change. The process, everything will be same.
So in this case, we had manager or the role owner. So in that case, it will always be risk owner, right?
Risk owner, yes.
Right.
Risk owner
Okay.
and role owner.
It's always be risk.
Role owner also. There is an option. Role owner.
So in that case, the best practice is you go to risk owner.
Risk owner. So remove role. Submit.
So somewhere, Grish, somewhere down the line, I have in my notes when we were there together, you had written, especially for the GRC, download AGR user data, download AGR define, AGR underscore AGRS,
No, that is
USR02.
That is comes under prerequisite.
Oh, those are prerequisite.
See,
Okay.
here
Okay.
and this one, that data, and also validate the users, right? The validation. The validation
but
will come under the complete.
So you're missing.
Validation.
So you can put one more line here. You know, download AGI user and all that stuff.
No. That is too much, nah. We'll see that.
Okay.
So I just had the same question actually. Pradhan Mamtik said, like, you know, how do you validate like in direct versus GRC the roles?
Yeah, that I'm still not clear. Yeah, that's a good question.
So removed from the user. Sorry, validation.
So Girish, so how to validate direct assignments since the user was provided with GRC?
No, that you have two choices. Here the flag, right? X means directly assigned. X means it is assigned through um, composite role.
SU01. SU01, right?
No, SU01 is a different.
That is, that I understand. No, it's between the GRC and individual system, meaning like, let us say I'm ECC, I manually added one role to user, and at the same time in the OS GRC, that role was not there. So how do I differentiate?
No, then you can check in the GRC user role, no? This table you can check.
Okay.
For a technical
GRC role, then
for a technical role, you cannot find the difference, like composite role level.
Yeah.
For a business role level, definitely you will get the data here, or if you want, you can go to for business role level. You can check this table. So whether how many roles were provisioned, what roles were provisioned through GRC. So you can check here. Through GRC, how many roles were provisioned, what role level it was provisioned. It would help. This is complete GRC request provisioning log. Will give you the request which is provisioned from GRC.
so if I have 1,000 users, so what do? I go
validate. You need to validate. See, either you can trust this GRC provisioning log. We generally validate this table. GRC provisioning log and provisioning item and GRC user roles. We will take the dumps from GRC user role and we will compare the data dump against provisioning log and provisioning item combined data, so that we can confirm the removals are completed and provisioning, like no changes were made, everything will completed with complete line items. So this is how even we covered remove role. So this is how we will work on the complete QAR process. So any questions on QAR?
So Girish, so let us say I have that role assigned some other way, then it won't show up in my GRC request, right? Review request, because it was not assigned to a GRC. Correct? Okay.
See, for your case, business role, okay? If you want to go to business role, but here you can give user ID. It will give you the checking. I think it will not come. We don't have a business role, but it will give you the list. Yeah. See, user directly assigned. This report is coming. User directly assigned. If it is business role, it will give under green. Tech user technically consistent. So this is where the program GRC check business role assignment, B role assignment.
So Grish, direct assignment means that you have gone in SU01 and given it, you have not followed the approval process, right?
Girish, so this program, so it will tell you like so this program will it consider the user auth sync?
Everything. Auth sync means not
So
auth sync, repository
mm,
mainly.
I mean
GRAC,
repositories.
the
No, my
input feed
apologies.
is GRAC user
Yeah.
role.
So
See what
yeah. So
authorization
yeah,
level,
yeah.
what authorization level it
Now
doesn't
hold the
require.
thought on that.
Only user role, only provisioning user roles.
Right. Hold a thought for a minute, Girish. Yeah. So see, when you are running the sync job for the repository roles, right? So that means you are pulling the data from all the users in the satellite system, right? Connector group, meaning it could be assigned directly or indirect.
Yes.
Then when you run this program, will the system check the table saying that which one is direct, which one is indirect?
That is what I am saying now. It is checking GRC
Uh-huh.
user role table in the GRC system.
Uh-huh.
It is the feeding for this table data is GRC user role. That is where the complete provisioning data will be available.
So if I run this report, then I'll come to know then, right? What is indirect assignments?
Yes, yes,
I mean direct assignments.
yes. You will come to know.
Awesome. Yeah. So it's very clear. Now I don't have to go to any of the users and dig into that. So if I run this program, I'll come to know.
Yes, you will come to know
Oh,
whether it is
super.
an
This is very beautiful. Yeah.
Great.
Yes,
I have a
role
question.
assignment.
Mhm.
Okay.
I have a question. I have a question. So that role which you rejected should be
That is, see, the internal logic for this program is it is a combination of
no, I'm
okay,
not talking about this. No, no. Remember, you when you were running, you had that role, GRAC, whatever that role was. That role should that should role should exist in BRM repository because that's where it gets you who the role owner what the role owner name is from there, correct?
yes, yes, yes. But this is
So
this is only
if I
you are
want to
checking.
check whether it is there,
No, no,
if
no.
I want to check if the role is there, if the role is there in BRM, how do I check that? There has to be a table.
Jira role.
Okay, let's go there. Put GRAC role, XC16.
Mm-hmm.
I put that role name Z. What was that role name?
Whatever maybe it will give you some data now.
No, this is ID. Yeah.
No, 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 no. Wait. You want data, it will automatically come. Now tell me.
Okay. So where was that role? G underscore
That
GRAC.
is access approver
Uh,
something. That is
yeah.
we cannot identify what exactly you are looking for.
I was just trying to see if that role name shows up here, but it doesn't.
Say. Oh my god. Wait.
Can I find that role? That is the role, right?
Hmm.
Ah, so this is
Tell me.
yeah, it is there. Yeah, got it. Got it.
See, if this role is not imported, it cannot trigger. First of
Okay, 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 got it. And how do you the manager information that
all. No, there is no
the
table.
LDAP is maintained, then if the LDAP is maintained, then it is easier, right?
No, 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 no. LDAP is also maintained. We need to
That file is missing.
It's too much.
Okay, any other questions?